moderator of your panel. Let me take this opportunity to thank all of you for participating in this project and for coming to join us today. In particular, the arts enable us to imagine, build resilience, and envision a brighter future and implement new ways of thinking and creating. The arts also enable us to collaborate and to contribute to some of the healing. In order of presentation, our panelists will be Erica B. Arias, Mucho Channel, and Jerry Apple. We are thrilled to welcome all of you around the world as a record and share this vital conversation. As your moderator, I will keep track of time allotted for each panelist. So if you go over, I'd like to speak up and tell you to wrap it up. After that, there will be about 1 or 2 minutes of discussion before we wrap things up. Now, let's hear from the first speaker, Ms. Erica. I'm looking forward for your statements.
Hello, good morning everyone. Creating a large-scale public artwork has given the refugee camps, and this is about doing artworks that can help the community, the traumatized community, or even the communities that experience calamities, so they can help them. And also, these people, local artists that help the communities are given the fact that those opportunities that they will give to these people will give them another hope of living. So as you can see, as they collaborate with the local artists and also the people around the community, they created a bond and also a practice to help each other out. They will help each other out in terms of developing their skills as a professional, and also those people who are needing help will have their professional need also given by those people. So as you can see, this collaboration will also help the children to wonder what is value is all about. They will also wonder what does the values mean to the world. So as they share these communities' artworks, also the practices, this will also help them to provide the answers by the local people in the community, so that everyone in the process will have what they need. And also I am thankful to be in this conversation. There are those who are in here. That's all.
Beautiful. Thank you so much, Ms. Erica, for these inspiring words. They also help us understand what the arts have to offer and kind of emphasize this point of values. So once more, I'd like to extend a warm welcome to Mr. Mujo Lozano, our second speaker, as well as Michael Lee.
Thank you so much for your nice introduction, my colleague. I appreciate it a great deal, and I'm delighted to be here today to meet you all out here. But I'm thrilled to be here and participate in this great endeavor. I spend my time thinking about how the arts might be thought as tools for reimagining education. For present, we confront a really dire need to nurture ways of thinking that are often sensitive and courageous, able to tackle of times of border, recruiting necessarily to forge new kinds of collaborations and behalf of social justice. But directly, the art and their combined presence reveal the power of the presence of the creative spirits, and it drives narratives in the shape of everything lies. The dynamic interaction between overlapping frameworks within the diverse beliefs, stories, and practices are layered, folding upwards to touch the culture, multi-person jewel. The thirty against the light of the human presence subtly and endlessly reformulate itself, but it's more than this. Is shining and expressive, constitutes a kind of social psychological glue. The college's concepts and practices that horizon human experiences and by overlapping the root essence in our shared humanity for throughout time across continents. They are created by the human beings out of questions and beliefs, negotiations, and celebrations of pushbacks of being human power versus persistence of human spirit. As it speaks across generations and cultures, this rootedness is planted by the starving of the human spirit and culture's life and place embrace identity within community for individual artists grow and develop within constraints and possibilities of their time and place. We are given to create a part of develop critical agencies of mind. Here is material of the arts and shaping and their final outcomes and act as agents in the construction of personal and aesthetic meaning. The arts in short often as pictured in our culture, you got our current pandemics are also dramatically exposed, and while interiorly injustice, they do so by celebrating and interweaving of individual and collaborative accomplishments, giving vivid presence to these of the main things we've learned for working and arts activities of recent years is that while some individual are so-called talented, the art should be more fully understood by the art should be fully understood as national properties of human minds and feelings, perhaps more than any other domain of experience, for the richness and diversity of their practices exist at boundaries. Our differences and remind us our humanity is both fragile and precious and in need of vigilance. The arts ask us to think differently, more deeply, imagine deeply, and creatively. We really must honor the arts and education. They are fragile and precious, and we can't live without them. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Mr. Pujo, for making such insightful and important comments. I'd like to now welcome Ms. Jerga Osaris, our final speaker.
Thank you so much for the nice introduction. I'm really excited to be part of the World Values Day. And for this panel on the arts and values, thanks for inviting me. So I value education and arts of some form or fashion and how this brings meaning to my life, as she says, to live more urgently in the world. So if I can in the short amount of time I have today with you, I'm going to try and see if I can elaborate on what those things mean. According to Maxine, she did something amazing, but she was not an artist herself as she played. But she used the space of philosophy, in particular aesthetic, as if it was a studio artist. But the core that I think that Chelsea wrote a great deal about the importance of noticing and opening ourselves up to the world and sensations. And again, to become an emotional aspects of making our meaning in the world and how important it is for children and of course for adults. But for some reasons, it's a core of it, noticing and being able not to notice but to reflect on the experience you're having with a painting or with another human being. Arts take us outside of ourselves into new possibilities and has capacity to open minds to the qualities of being, things to live in an imaginary world, and many views of arts as not completed modes of expression, but maybe an ornamental, therapeutic, but it depends on our perspective understanding. To be more deeply complex than each source of making meaning in the world, making a life picture is wonderful feeling to be outside of oneself and still be present in yourself. You don't lose yourself and you don't let go of your background. You actually bring it forward. Aesthetic education is deliberate cultivation of what your curiosity personally, without question, must be embodied. Experience and perfectly confidently can walk in the woods by yourself, but not much nature is to know. To the museum, which is somebody and have a conversation about the work of art, and also education is asking students cultivating and their confidence in making things, whether it's dance or singing and creating lyrics,
or showing physical presentation and purpose to make the world better place to live. We appreciate your statement, Ms. Oscarin, which was fantastic and quite informative. And now, we also pay attention to each viewer's specific questions and opinions.
For the first speaker, can I ask something? How does art and culture affects our values? Okay, thank you for the question. For me, arts and values creates reflection, also educators our moral values as we tend to have the value in itself is to have the expression, the freedom, the democratic way of expressing ourselves, as the art also give us the freedom to express ourselves, to shape it, and also to share it with everyone.
For the second speaker, what is the value of arts in society?
Above everything, art is significant to society in that it serves to fulfill our sense of beauty and wonder about the world and provides an outlet for creative expression and illumination of history. Thank you.
For the third speaker, what is the value of art to you, to the youth, and to the society?
Research shows that exposure to art can help kids to develop positive mindsets, skill and capacities to qualify leaders and employers, such as motivation, creative thinking, and problem solving. And now let's hear another opinions from other audiences.
So in addition to those statements, for me, I think art can also matters in society. It is because it will help our brains make sense of our complex world. Aside from that, art in its own, in any forms, is the best way for us to create a shared understanding, navigate challenging conversations, more simply to see an issue, an idea, or a person in a new perspective.
Our values inform our thoughts, words, and actions. So our values are important because they help us to grow and develop. They help us to create the future we want to experience. Every individual and every organization is involved in making hundreds of decisions every day. Also, in my opinion, without culture, really can't be art. As we know it, because art Art exists separate from the culture. Art reflects culture, transmits culture, shapes culture, and creates culture.
In addition, persistence is a quality that allows someone to continue doing something or to do something or trying to do something even when it's difficult or close to other people.
Wow, everything was so brilliant.